Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. So I'm up in the Wicklow hills, not actually the mountains, just at the foot of the mountains. My favourite place in the world, up around the Wicklow mountains. But yeah, so today I'm looking for SLOEs so I can make some SLOE gin and have that ready for Christmas. So stick around. Okay, so I can see some SLOE bushes over here, but getting over to them is going to be the thing. I'll do my best. I'll just show you now. So there they are over there. That whole hedge along there is all SLOEs from the blackthorn bush, so getting over there through all the ferns is going to be the difficulty now. Okay, so I made it. SLOE bushes with lots of SLOEs. Well, there's not a lot, but it'll be enough for me. I'm going to probably have to pick these for about 2 hours. See how we get on. And the blackthorn shrub would have been used by farmers years ago as a cattle-proof hedge. So here, guys, you can see the thorns. Some of them are like 3 inches long. I would like to be a cow trying to get through a hedge of that. Okay, so how does the SLOE taste then? So the SLOE is not actually a berry, it's called a drupe. People call them SLOE berries, but sure, look, you can call it whatever you want. But it would be similar to a plum, so I would describe it as a small wild plum which has a hard stone in the centre of it. Similar to a nectarine or a peach, having a hard stone inside it, and then inside the stone it has its seed. So the SLOE itself has a kind of a purpley skin on it, very similar to a grape. If you peel the skin off, it has a kind of a yellowy orangey flesh on the inside when it's ripe. Just before it's ripe, it's kind of a greeny colour. And the taste of it, actually you can see there, you can see the greenness in it as well. There's kind of a bitter dryness after you taste it. But because it's the end of October, these are as ripe as they're going to get. Unless I wait till the first frost, which I'm not waiting for, because there's so few SLOEs left on the bushes. I'm making about 3 litres of gin, so I'm going to need 1.5 kilos of these. So it's generally, the recipe is 1 litre of gin, 500 grams of SLOEs and 250 grams of white sugar, and you get a crystal clear purpley liquid. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 1.5 kilos. I'd be here for probably a day looking for them. I'll get as many as I can anyway. So the purpley skin on the outside like a grape, that fleshy orangey centre, and they're actually quite nice and almost palatable now at the moment because they're so ripe. About 2 or 3 weeks ago I wouldn't have been able to eat these like this, but they're actually pretty sweet as well. Last year I had 250 grams of sugar for every litre of gin, and I thought that was a little bit sweet, so I'm going to bring that down to about 150 this year. And the sweetness of the SLOEs will probably actually bring that up a little bit anyway. The fact that they're actually ripe, and there is a lovely sweetness off them now. So the stone on the inside, very, very small, and if you crack that open, there's a little seed in there, and if you eat that, that actually tastes kind of like an almond. So that's edible. So yeah, that's the SLOE. Not actually a berry. So it's a drupe. So I better stop talking and grab a few more of these because time is running out. Okay folks, so first part of the video is done. Having my SLOEs. Don't know how many I have, but a decent amount. I'll get about 2 litres of gin anyway. That'll be plenty. If I need to top it up, I might just use blackberries or raspberries or something like that, just to add a little bit of flavour into it. So yeah, so I had to work for every single one of those SLOEs. My fingers, my arms, my legs. Almost all the SLOEs are actually gone, so I'm a little bit late. There was somebody there before me. But that particular spot in Wicklow, I love it. And I'm from Wicklow, and I just have a thing about going back to Wicklow to keep up those little traditions. So yeah, so next part of the video I'll actually be making the SLOE gin, so stick around. Cheers guys. Clean off the stalks from any of the SLOEs that I didn't get the stalks off when I was picking them. It's very difficult to try and avoid all the thorns and get a perfect SLOE at the same time. So there's lots of leaves and stalks in here, so all we need to do is just get rid of the leaves and the stalks, give the SLOEs a bit of a wash, and then we get on to the next stage. So traditionally what people used to do was they would pierce the skin of the SLOE with a sterile silver needle. But of course I'm not going to bother doing that. I have a clean fork and just a few holes punched in the skin of the SLOE just to allow the juices to release. And once you have your Kilner jar or whatever kind of jar you have, once you can seal the top on it, make sure your jar is sterile. Thanks for watching, guys.